Well folks, welcome to another video. Now you see we're heading up the hills, heading to a local water to where I used to fish when I was a boy. The last time I fished this loch was when I was 10, so a long time ago. Well, I'm 61, so I'm 62 in a couple of months or so. So nearly 52 years since I fished this. We've got a wee bit of walking to do to get to it, not a lot. But anyway, haven't fished this. This is a 9-foot 5-weight, it's a cadence. Brand new handle, as you can see. This is a 5-weight. I like my 10-foot 5-weight. It's normally I'd fish, but it's quite windy. And I want to fish the shorter rod so I can fish it hard into the wind. Plus I want to give it a cast, see how we get on. So the whole thing's from cadence, the reel line. It's a lovely setup. So it's going to take me, what time is it? 9:49. So I've only been walking a couple of minutes. We'll see how long it takes us to get to the top. As you can see, it's got lovely scenery. The Galloway hills in front of us. And the wind is blowing from the northwesterly. So we're coming from the right to left. So, but anyway, we'll head up. Okay folks, we made it up the Loch. It's maybe just got us 15 minutes to walk up the hill to the Loch. So it's not that far. So what I'm going to do, I've actually set the rod up. Believe it or not, I've actually just got the remains of a tapered leader. I always keep the remains, my tapered leaders, once I wear them out. And I like to use them with a cast, but I've added a tippet on it and a dry on the dropper. Just 4-pound nylon. Basically 2 dries, and they start the dries. And the wind's coming, it's a northwesterly wind. And I'm just going to go up maybe, I'll just go around the bend. I mean, I've plenty of wind. I like this, is what you want when you come to a hill loch. You want a wind, so you do. I'm just going to work my way along the shore. Not going to cast too far, though you want to fish around just to see where the fish could be, because they may be slightly further out, you never know. But the majority of the times these fish are along the banks looking for terrestrial type flies blowing on, and I'm fishing flies on the surface. I've actually got sparkle dun, believe it or not. A black sparkle dun, which I use. Oops. Excuse a sec. Got that on the dropper. So basically my sighter, as well as a dry. I'm fishing a dry dropper really. And on the point, not 4 foot, 3.5 foot from there, it's not far. I've got one of the sighter hoppers. So I have, just going to, before I do anything, that one's got a barb on it, so I'm going to nick the barb off it. I'm returning my fish. So I just flatten the barb. This is the one I tied recently. As I say, I'm fishing along the edge. This here I can pop it, a wee bit of disturbance. I can let it swing as well. I was saying that these wild fish like to chase a fly. I think I may just have a quick cast here because there's a nice wind. There's a kind of lane coming off here, which are the worth fishing. So basically this is my first cast with This 5-weight flies are sitting okay. So, I've kept my cast quite short because of the wind. I don't want too long a cast. Main reason, less tangles. Fishing dries as well, so it'll air dry in the subsurface. And just we cast along the edge. You see, you can pull these flies though. But disturbance in the surface, which fish like to see. The scenery is amazing. If you can see in front of me, these hills. I used to go over these hills when I was a kid. I used to walk along here. I'm not saying I couldn't do it now, but it would not as agile as I was, as they say. I'm using the wind, obviously, turning my cast over. I'm casting against the winch, which I don't mind, but you want a weighted fly, and I usually like a weighted fly in the point to help turn it over. The methods to fish, anything from stripping, which these fish are quite happy to take a fly at quite a good rate, or you can just like a normal dry, just let them swing. When you cast it out, your fly's going to be sitting on the surface, and then you can pull it, pause it, strip it, do everything to encourage a fish to have a go at your fly. And if a fish does rise, you can cover it. I think I'll head further up, further over, and I'm going to work my way back along. But anyway, I was desperate to give the fly a cast. I'm going to fish off at some weed beds or so if there's any burns. There's a burn coming in further down, but I'll leave it till I come back. Okay folks, I've changed. I had the dries on, but the wind's really kind of picked up, and I'm going to change to, I've got basically a bibio. It's a dry, it's a kind of an arrow wing version of the bibio sedge or hedgehog, which I do really well. I want something really up, and then the point I've only fishing 2 flies. I'm going to fish 3, but the gusts of wind coming across are really strong. So what I'm doing is I'm just been floating on my hedgehog. I've got a dull back. I've got a black dull back. It's just one I tie. It's got the red tail on it, believe it or not. It's ideal for the wild brownies. It's on a crab grate hook, which is quite heavy, so it helps to turn it over, and it goes down a wee bit. Some light, some heavy, and I'm not going to fish too far out. I'm just going to work my way along. I was going to go further up, and you can see it goes for a long way. There's ins and outs and ins and out. So I'm going to fish here. It's a wee bit calmer around the bend. Might change back to the dries. I have risen one fish on the dry just at the bend there, but I wasn't really focusing on the fishing. I was too messing about more than anything. So I'm just going to come in the water a wee bit so I get a decent back cast. And just going to work my way along the bank. You can see my dry, I don't know if you can see it, but it's sitting well up. So this is something that I want. It'll act as an indicator to the point fly if it suddenly disappears and the fish is took. And I'm fishing barbless hooks, so if I can see the take before I feel it, there's more chance I'll hook it. These fish are quite fast. On the bank as I go along as well. Close in, don't fish too far out at times. Well, you've got to find the fish, they've got to be somewhere. I say when you're fishing for these trout, you want to vary your retrieve, like a figure 8, and you want to sort of lift the rod as well as you're lifting off. But wary, every time your fly hits the water, these fish react to a fly hitting the water and they'll come straight onto it, so you've got to be ready. Again, it's a big loch to try and cover in the fish. Okay, try and find some fish. A short time. There will be an area that's doing, will have a few fish hanging around. I think the problem is the wind change we've had a southerly wind and we're now a northerly wind. Again, that can mess it up a wee bit, where the wind will concentrate fish and the wind's been blowing a certain way for a few days, a certain area, and when the wind changes it moves them on or changes them, because the fish will move. Okay, I've just quickly changed up. I went more to the sort of browns and beetle-like colours. Got a cocky bendy on, a cocky bundy, and a fly they call the cock robin, the point. Just wasn't rising anything. I'm going to keep changing. Things are really quiet. Now that's fishing for wild brown trouts, like, it's a hit and miss. So casting out to this wind lane here. There's a couple of wind lanes. You see that? Oh, that was a missed. You see that jump through the water? I was about to say the wind lane is where you probably get fish. That was one. I don't think it'll come back. Felt like it took the dropper, which is the cocky bendy I've got on. There's another one out there. Fish like to feed up the wind lanes, so they do. A wee bit, it was quite a nice wee fish that. I don't know if the camera picked it up, like, it jumped clear of the water, so hopefully the camera did pick it up. Okay, we check my flies. Go back out, that's fine. If you can load and shoot the one cast, then try and do that. Less chance of a tangle as well. It's that false casting, more likely to tangle your cast. So basically what I try and do is just lift and then shoot. Maybe add a couple of yards onto it. Use the wind to turn your cast over. Wee bump there. Yeah. A wee touch there. There we go. Ah. Check my fly up, hit a good fish. So it did. Well folks, I missed that fish there and then my battery went flat. It was a good fish that as well. So well, I'm going to change my fly again. Things aren't quite, so I'm going to change the middle fly. And my dropper flies are Cape McLaren, sedgehog or hedgehog, and the Claret hopper. Two good patterns for wild brown trout. And you'd expect fish interested to have a go. I may have to go back up because the only place I've touched fish is further up. Once I may go for a good half-hour walk up the bank and then start my way back through. And the wind's not doing me any favours, like, but fell at the bottom there. There you go. Finally got a fish. Just took the point fly. It's a nice brown trout. First one. Not landed it yet, like, but there it is. Nice wee fish. If it sits nice. Typical brownie stock. It's a lovely fat sized fish. Yes, folks. Just took it right down. I'm going to have to use my catch and release tail. Just to let him go. He's taking the fly a good bit down. So my weight. That was on the Claret hopper, so anyway, good. First fish. They definitely wanted that fly anyway, so okay, I think what I'll do is I'm going to head back up. I'm going to head up maybe a good quarter of an hour or more walk, and then I'm going to fish my way back down. See how we got on. There's nothing really happening. Well, I've not really fished that much here, but the rough water is, I'm more likely to catch there than I think anyway. Not seen any fish move at all, not one fish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back up and see if we can get another couple of trout. We've only landed one like, but get at least takes. Well, came a good bit up the loch. I think what I'll do is I'll just fish your way back. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but it's not much same water, so what I'm going to do is just fish this area. Some nice wind lanes heading down there, and then see how we got on. Okay folks, I've come all the way up a fair distance from where I was. I'm going to fish my way back through. I've got basically, this flare is a Wickham's Fancy Snatcher as they call it. It's just a variant of the Wickham's Fancy. I've got the Claret hopper in the middle. I've actually 3 flies on now. Now when things are tough going, in bright conditions, I always put the Zulu on, in this case the blue Zulu. So we'll see if we can take anything on the way down. As I say, just take our time. It's a fair wind, as they say. The sun's out. It's warm when the sun's out. I'm going to read out a wee bit and see how we go. Just got a length of line. Oh, there, fish straight away. Jeez, bugger, I missed it. Try it again. First cast, jeez. Never felt it, like, just seen the, just rose to the fly. Try in front of me here because it will be swimming up. So see if it's in front of us now. It might come back. Well, cross my fingers it's I've got 1 or 2 more takers. It's the first chance this season that I've had to come up the loch. I just haven't been able to get out. So landing a fish, I'm really happy just landing one. When you're fishing a loch this size, it's a big bit of water to cover and try and find fish. And as I say, the wind has changed round to a northwesterly, which is not a great wind, to be honest with you. Northerly wind is never good, even in the summer. Nice wee bay here. maybe try and fish a wee bit further out, see I'm not catching anything quite close. So to maybe go out, maybe except for that stone there, and a wobbly stone there. Not knowing the bottom, that's the problem. If I knew the bank, I knew if I'd fished it a lot, I'd know the areas where to wade. This is a better area. I moved down maybe 50 yards or so from where I was. It's just a bit calm in there. This area here looks really good. We've got a tiny bit of cloud cover which will help. Wade out a wee bit here. Bottom's kind of rough, like it's not easy wading, but a bit better now. Just want to come out a wee bit further. More line out. Gentle flies, yep. Basically when I try and get my flies into these wind lanes, so I keep saying that it's important times when you're fishing these lochs, as if there's wind lanes. Certainly want to be fishing into them, so the fish work up them, and any fly left that does get kind of caught in it. Oh. That was a take. I haven't even got a chance to tighten it. I mean, it was just, we're in the right area now. This is if I'm going to take any trout, and they'll be in this area down here. So that's the first pool I've had since I'm way up there. So it is. So a wee bit of cloud will help us as well. Just almost to check my flies. Yeah, fine. I'm just going to fish them a wee bit slower. I want to get the flies a wee bit deeper. Just to see if there's any fish. I mean, there have risen fish like, but maybe they don't want to come up in the shallow water, being that the water temperature is a wee bit high. Well, it's warm to a touch anyway. So we'll see. It's probably why we're not seeing any fish in the top, because the temperature of the water. So just give it time to settle. I'm just fishing a wee bit further out. I mean, just to see, because I'm not catching any close or get any pools. See if there's fish a wee bit further. Maybe get a wee bit closer to the wind lanes. Very quiet, so it is. Oh, here we go. Gosh, you must have heard me. Gosh, they pull these wee fish. It's the same as the last one. It's took the top fly, took the Zulu. Twirl, twirl. Lovely wee fish. He's wrapped himself. Look at that. Beautiful wild brown trout. And away. Gosh, finally covered me in weight. So the Zulu, he had to be a fair glunk as well. I certainly wanted that. Okay, let's get back out. So, getting into the slightly deeper water seems to have paid off. So, Saying that wasn't that far out, but it was far enough. Plus that's a good area. So it is. It's like a nice, good breeze coming through. There you go. Nicer fish, I think. Just sling them into the net so we can see them. It's lovely wee trout. There's a fly. I think the fly is out. Fly is out. Just take the Mulraney Pig, that one. There we are, folks. Lovely wee trout. You can see it before it goes back. Give it a second. And there we are. Nice fat wee trout. Oh wait. Good. Must be a lot of weed out there. So that was the Mulraney Pig. So just getting out of that wee bit deeper, it's made a difference. So let's get back out. I mean, that's a better take. These fish, unlike the ones earlier, they were just kind of half effort. They're only good pulls. Those two there were like, they certainly wanted to fly. Makes a difference. It's a good area just off the point here. So I need to. Feeding's not so good, there's a lot of rocks. I try and get my fly quite far out away from. I'll just move round, I think. Well, just changed the battery in the old camera. And the point fly, changed it to a Claret hopper. And we'll see. We've still got about a few yards to fish yet before we get the bend. And see if we can pick a fish up before we get there. Hole. Still wading out a bit. Keep away from the weed, and slightly deeper water it seems to be where the fish are more than, well, I've had a couple, like, so it's paid off coming out that wee bit further. Boulders, oop, too many boulders. They're very smooth, I know. Oop. Just have to come in a wee bit. Very similar water to where I got those fish further up, so there we go. As I said, that too. Because they hit you hard, these wee fish. Just out of nowhere, I take the Claret hopper on the point. It's not as big. Oh, it's a nice wee fish. Oh, it's much the same, I think. There you go. It's not himself. Beautiful fish. Oh, and away. Good. Lovely big black spots to have. These are good solid takes, not unlike the ones earlier on which were splashy, and so that's why I'm probably hanging on to them better. I mean, I am fishing barbless, which doesn't help. Barbless hooks are wild fish. Tend to lose a lot, put it that way. On the Loch, just what, 3 and a bit hours, which is good. I know how to fish it a wee bit better next time if I come up, just especially this time of year. I mean, there is a bit of weed along my feet. You need to get out behind that. I'm up to my waist in water, so it shows you've got to get out a bit. There's a big bird. I wonder where that is. You can see in front of us, there is ospreys around. but I don't think that's, could be an osprey. It's hard to tell. So I just changed to that claret hopper and got a fish straight away, so it was a good change. I'll just check my flies again. Yep, seem alright. I did have one in the claret hopper earlier. The first fish I got, first fish I landed anyway, was on the claret hopper. Trying to get out again away from the weed. I'm gonna just heading down to the point where probably that's where I got the first fish. It's just along here, and then we'll look at heading back home. It was good fun. Well, at least I think I landed, I don't know, 3 or 4 anyway. There wasn't many fish around. I mean, to be honest with you, I think I wasn't far enough out. I think I needed to wade out a bit to get by mainly the weed. Plus the cooler water as well. I should have felt the temperature of the water first before I really started fishing along the side. It was quite warm. I should expect it this time of year in July, so top of the 6 inches or so is roasting. It's warm on my hands anyway. Still having saw a fish rise, so this shows you the fish are not really, there's no fly life in the surface to bring them up anyway, but they're still willing to have a go at a fly if they get if you cover a fish. It looks like there's not many around. It's not that I'm getting bump all the time, it's just suddenly you get a fish out of nowhere. Fish is fine, and they're all good fish as well. They're all lovely fish. Just wild brown trout. Pretty well since I had a pool. Some really nice water there as well. So it just feels good. Conditions are just a bit July weather. Oh, is that a rise there? No, I don't think it was. got my first fish, so hopefully maybe another one. We'll fish to the point and then we'll head round. There was a fish there, I got a wee bump. Could have been weed. I'll put it back out there. There we go. Gosh. Just pulling down into the weed here. It's a better trout. I'll put him in a net, I think. No, it's the same again. Oh, he's dark for this one. Gosh. And did they take the claret dot? Taking the claret hopper again. Just there you go. Just let you see this fish. Yeah. Let him calm down. Well, brown trout don't calm down. There we are, folks, there's a lovely fish. There we go. Twice actually, I missed it the first time, it got a wee tap at it. Anyway, I'll get the flies out. Good, ended up with did no bad considering it was really quiet earlier, but anyway. Funny how I felt that fish first and then I cast bacon straight back in and it took just a wee tap. I mean, it could have been a different fish, but it just happened to be straight after that, the first pull. I'm glad I put the claret hopper on now. Saying that, that's 3 fish I've had on the claret. Probably the most consistent fly anyway. It's amazing how warm the water is. Well folks, that'll do is last cast, as I say, just plunk it out there, just slowly bring it in. Enjoyed that. So anyway folks, some beautiful hills, the Galloway hills. Some of the best walking you can have in the area. Well, that's us folks heading back to the car. Enjoying my day. Just over 4 hours fishing, so it's not too bad. Now just heading back. Conditions was actually not too bad. I mean, the temperature of the loch is quite high. I reckon that's the issue. We're not seeing many fish moving. But we certainly landed what, 4, maybe 5 fish, I think. Can't remember. We missed as many, the same again. So just the way it went. There's certainly some were kind of half pulling at the fly, and some were just pull right on, which made the difference. And maybe at least played them. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. I certainly enjoyed my day, and it's been good fun. So hopefully I'll not be too long before I'm back up. So again, thanks for watching, and as always, until next time.